Let's let these folks in. Eliza. Oh. Oh, where's my pen gone? Hello.
Hello.
How are you all?
Oh, fine. Thank you so much. What about you,
Good.
people? Are you back home or you still on your professional way?
I'm still technically on the professional way, but I'm at home. So I'm at home, but touring again this weekend, basically. And I've just misplaced my pen. I swear I had it. 1 second, guys. Oh dear. But everything is well. How are you all? How are you all doing?
Everything is fine.
Everything's good for
As
you?
for me,
Yeah.
yes.
Everyone else feeling good?
Yes, same here.
Yeah.
In a bit of a
Excellent.
rush,
Hello.
but we made it. Hello.
Always the way, isn't it? Oh, hang on a sec. Same for me, apparently. I've lost all my pens, so I'm picking up two just in case I
We're
lose
just
another
looking.
one. So who have we got here today? Lovely. A good few of you. Ah, remind me how I say lady with the glasses and the cream hoodie. How do I say your name?
Maria.
Maria. Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
I will change it right now. I'm sorry. Every
It's
time
fine. Don't be
I'm saying
silly.
my name.
I just want to check because I don't want to screw it up.
Yeah.
That's all. Right, is the pen working? It is. Welcome everyone. Thanks for doing this on a Wednesday. Yep, couldn't do it this weekend, so here we are, smashing. We are looking at Invictus today, aren't we? Is that the correct one? Good. We've got a nod. That's what I needed to see to check that I'm actually on the right poem. I'll pop it in the chat. We might have a couple more people join us as we go, but if not, you guys know the drill. I'm going to read it and then we're going to go around individually and read it and I'm going to give you some feedback. Is that okay with everyone? Splendid. Has anyone got any questions, first of all, or anything to say before we begin? No? Splendid. We'll just dive in. And as we just to actually just quickly touch on this, the last couple poems have been a little bit emotional, guys. As some of you remember. This is a safe space. I know I'll put it on my YouTube channel for people to watch and study from, but this is a safe space and it's for us to learn, okay? So don't worry about making mistakes. We're all here to do it. I will make mistakes probably. It's quite difficult to sight read in your own language, let alone a different one, okay? So we're just gonna see what happens, all right? Don't be too hard on yourself. Let's do it then. Let's give it a little read, shall we? This is Invictus, the poem, read by me. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds, and shall find, me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Boom! Unconquerable. Oh, what a word. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a really good, I think, this is me, you cannot defy me, I will not be broken kind of I was about to say speech then, but it's a poem, right? This is great. I love this one. I feel like this has got lots of lovely meaty stuff for us to play with and some tricky words to articulate. So any questions first of all, or any comments on anything having heard me read it that time? Don't have to have, but just curious. No? Let's do it, shall we? Shall we just dive in and get going? And who would like to go first?
I think I will begin traditionally.
Yes, very good, Violet. Thank you.
And I wanted to mention that I found this poem full of words which are quite hard to pronounce. At least at first time. So, okay, I'll begin.
Go for it.
Out of the night that covers me, Black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters now how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Yes, well done. How was it when you read it? How was you feeling? How were you feeling?
I felt a lot of emotions, and as you've already mentioned, it is something very admirable. Yes, something which gives you strength, and you feel that power. I think it is the opposite of the poems we read previous week and even earlier. And this is quite a motivational, yes, like this.
Motivational, yes. Excellent. Good. Love it. Well done. How fantastic. I'm glad they're a good mix of poems actually. Lilo's done a good job of bringing these together because actually, yeah, this is a really good contrast, I think, to some of the others that we've had. And I feel like it has got a bit more substance to it, and a bit more bite to it. And as a group of women on this call, I think this is a really nice poem for us to play around with. So fabulous. Well done. Lovely reading. Were there any words that you were in particular a bit like, as you were saying them, or that you've just got questions about generally, first of all?
I think that one word still here, it is bludgeonings.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm not sure in this word at all.
Good. Say it again for me.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, very good. Bludgeonings. You're really slowing it down and articulating it really, really well. I'm actually going to give you permission to free it up a bit more. Try not to concentrate as hard, even though it looks really, really tough. Bludgeonings.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, bludgeonings.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, good. Well done. Bludgeonings. Ings. Can I ask, when you get to the ings at the end, the NG sound and the Z of that S, bludgeonings, bludgeonings, bludgeonings. Rather than it being quite ings and quite nasally in that moment, can we try and bludgeonings almost make it an N sound, like bludgeonings, rather than bludgeonings? Can we kind of find like a middle ground between the two?
Yes, I'll try. Bludgeonings.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Good. So what I'm trying to get you to do is, rather than send the energy at the back into the ings, I'm trying to bring it forward a little bit. And we do often, as you guys I'm sure have heard, we will, rather than say I'm going to the shop, we will say I'm going go into the shop. Of course, this is poetry. This is a bit more heightened. I would encourage you to stay more true to the true way it's being said. However, the true way the word is written. However, I think for you just then it was sounding a little bit less British because we were making quite a meal of the sound, and we don't really do it as much. So now you've just done it that once very well. Can we try it again? Same sort of thing, but make sure we are still making the NG sound, but not giving it as much effort and love as we were before. So basically, I want you to do the same thing again. Is that okay?
Yes.
Try again.
I'll try.
Again. Good.
Bludgeonings. Bludgeonings. Like this.
Yeah. Better. Well done. Done. Tick. I've got some more notes for you though. Was there any other words, first of all, actually, off the top of your brain that you want to quickly ask or chat about?
Maybe one more word. Wrath. Wrath. Is it okay to, yes, wrath.
Wrath. Yeah, I think did I say wrath just then when I did it? Wrath. Can't remember what I said.
I'm not sure.
This is a, let me just quickly look it up. This is a tricky one. The wrath. Wrath. Yeah. So I was about to say, I would say wrath. If I don't know if you heard that voice that just appeared on the screen in the chat then, they say wrath, like it's pronounced wrath and spelt ROTH. Wrath. I would say wrath. like this, but I don't know if that is a northernism that I have started to develop, or I am absolutely completely saying it wrong. The dictionary on Google says it is wrath. So I want you to be able to say both, please. Can we try? Oh, where the blooming hell is it? Or you can all practice this with your mics off while we're looking at it. Yeah, beyond this place of wrath and tears. So let's just say wrath first of all.
Wrath,
Yeah, and now wrath.
wrath.
Yeah, good, fine. What do you think it is in your mind's eye? If you looked at that, would you rather say wrath or wrath?
I just saw in Lilo's variant there is O, but I misunderstood it and read it as I felt it should
Okay.
be pronounced. But she gives the variant of wrath,
Yeah,
and maybe it is the correct way. But in
think
my
it is.
opinion, maybe there should be something in between. For
Yeah,
example, yes,
yeah,
you would like to pronounce "a," but pronounce more "o," something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. So we've got wrath, wrath, maybe a middle ground, wrath. Wrath. Sounds like a dog barking, doesn't it? I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I would normally say let's stick true to the dictionary definition. And I don't know if it is more of a kind of dialect, like an accent thing here, that I would say wrath now, because I do tend to say things like bath, circumstance, which is one I want to pick you up on as well, rather than circumstance, bath, all of that sort of thing. So I think I'm just naturally seeing the ath, and personally I'm saying wrath. So let's all make a decision today, guys. Even if you've been practicing wrath, in Lilo's version it says wrath, let's stick with wrath. But I think you're saying it fine, Violet, just to come back to your articulation with it. Just say the whole line again: beyond this place of wrath and tears.
Beyond this place of wrath and tears.
Yeah, wrath, that's it. It's a weird one because it's not sounding how it's spelled. It's another one of those brilliant ones that just confuses us. But you're pronouncing it fine. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Well done. Good. I got a couple of others. Your first out, it almost sounded, and I don't know if it was the microphone playing up, as a out, out, out. Can you just say out of the night?
Out of the night.
Yeah, good. Try and condense it even a little bit more for me. Out of the night.
Out of the night.
Yeah, good, good, good. I think it just needs a little bit more of a drive through it, rather than obviously it's an exercise, so of course you're going to be concentrating on it. But yeah, just get on with it rather than worry about getting it right. Does that make sense?
Get it? Yes,
Good,
perfectly.
good. Yeah, I wrote down a hoot and I was like, that's not the word. But good. Thank. So I thank whatever gods may be. It almost sounded like think. So let's just say I thank.
I thank.
I thank you.
I thank you.
Good. Say I think this.
I think this.
I thank that.
I thank that.
Yeah, good, better. I think it's just an awareness and maybe a concentration thing, but it just got slurred for me. And I'm not sure if it's the I beforehand that maybe moved you a different way, but just make sure you're extra clear and getting the shape correct. Yeah. On that
Okay.
sound. Good. Circumstance then. So I'm not sure what I said. It might be my northernisms coming through. But circumstance or circumstance. We can pick which one we would like. To sound more RP that I think most of you are going for, we would probably say circumstance. I would say. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced or cried aloud. Stance. I cannot. Yeah, I would say circumstance as well, because for me the word stance is just like, I don't know, I think if you've got a stance about you, it's a bit stronger, even though that's not the word that we're looking at here. I kind of feel like, yeah, I want stance, please. Can you give me in the fell clutch of circumstance?
In the fell clutch of circumstance.
Yeah, lovely. Perfect. I think you just said stance, and that's fine because I think that's what I did and it's a natural thing, but we want to make sure it is a bit more yeah, RP British, and not Northern Yorkshire British. Any questions on those so far?
No, thank you so much. Got it.
Good. welcome. I got a couple more for you, darling. But the, where is but the? Looms, but the horror of the shade. A little bit further down after wrath and tears. Can you just say looms, but the horror of the shade? That line, please.
Looms, but the horror of the shade.
Yeah, good, good, good. It's just the but the. There's something not quite sinking for me there. Looms, but the. Can we get the T on the but? And then as we release that T, let the come from that air release. So it sounds more like but the, rather than bud the. Yeah? Give it another
Yes.
go.
But the.
Yeah, can you say looms but the horror?
Looms, but the horror.
Yeah, good. Well done. Really, really good. And lovely. Just on that line as well, but the is actually, I know I've just said that I want you to stress that a little bit more and clear that up for me. The real horrible, interesting words, I think, in that line are, if something looms, what does it do? It's looming. It's a bit, scary. And horror. If horror is looming, it's really like just ominous, right? So can you try it again? But can we just really reawaken and ignite even that imagery of horror looming and see what that does to the but the? I want to see if we can try and keep the but the nice and clear, but let's just see what happens when we do that. Say the line for me. Thank you.
Looms, but the horror of the shade.
Yeah, good. Well done. Lovely. Really, really good. There was much more like stuff coming through there, a little bit more meat coming through those words. Be careful then. It just happened the once, and it's just the first thing I'm going to say. But there, I think we kind of went their horror rather than the horror. So we want that schwa in there, yeah? Just because it's an E, let's schwa it up. Try not to get caught up in the way it's written and think that's how it should be said. So let's just try again. Looms, but the horror.
Looms, but the horror.
Better. Yeah. That schwa has to be there, I think. The minute we say the or make it an E sound, it didn't sound right in my ear. Does that make sense, Violet?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. But when
Good.
I read it loud, sometimes I just some words just escape from my mind, and I don't know why I pronounced it like this, but I did it.
Exactly. And that's it. It's just turning on and raising that awareness a little bit more. Sorry, the doorbell just rang. I'm sure you heard. Yeah, good. It's a very expensive package arriving for me, so my husband's just going to get it and I wanted to check. Lovely. Next one, shall find.
Shall find.
Yeah, shall. Say shell, like a shell on the beach.
Shell.
Yeah.
Shell.
And now shall. Yeah, good. I just wanted to hear both. Just be careful it doesn't slip into something else again. Similar with think, I think it just nearly became, with thank, it almost became think. And with this one, shall, we almost lost it and it became something else as well. So just make sure that is there. Just go for me. Yeah, good. Lovely. Nice and crisp each one. So that's lovely. I think, again, it's just a maybe end of the day energy and all of that stuff coming through. We just say it slightly differently, but lovely. Well done. Final one for you. Charged. Almost sound like churched. So how charged? Say that for me.
How charged.
Better. Well done. How charged.
How charged.
Yeah, good. Now, can we make the charged, a little bit shorter, the vowel sound in there, and charged. Let's really use the ch and the j and the d to really kind of, again, make the words feel more like it feels, sound more like it feels is what I'm trying to say. So charged, how charged. Give it some more welly for me.
How charged.
Great, lovely, well done. Again, just pushing you. I'm just seeing if we can get a little bit more gusto in there. This is another longer poem, so again, guys, I'm also aware that you're reading these different things. I'm just trying to get more color in there for you. So yeah, don't be afraid, Violet, to keep playing around with those sorts of things like looming, horror, charged, really play around with those, especially in this poem. It's very aggressive. There's a lot of action in there. Something, the night is covering him, black as the pit. The fell clutch, winced, cried, bludgeonings, unbowed, my head, like, there's lots of physical body imagery. It feels like a battlefield. He's saying, but beyond all of this, I will not fail. I will persevere. I will be the master of my fate. Yeah. So don't be afraid to play around, or it's not that you're afraid, but like I encourage you to play around with that a little bit. That idea of, Wonder Woman running through no man's land and like fighting everything off. Yeah. Because I think that would just be fun for you to play around with a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Get those gold cuffs out and run. In case you couldn't tell, I watched it at the weekend and I just love it. That was all I had for you. Any final questions or thoughts?
No questions. Thank you so much.
Lovely. You're so welcome. Fabulous work. Who would like to go next? Boom. Anna, fabulous. I saw your hand next. Let's do this. Thank you.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just went and asked my husband about wrath, and he
Oh,
said
yeah.
he's South Londoner, so he has this Southern English one. He said wrath, and that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah,
that.
like
Wrath?
he's
That's the
no,
way you
I said, is it wrath? He said wrath, and that's it. He's very
Well,
like
yeah,
black and white.
yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, because it's a word that's used in Shakespeare quite a lot.
Yeah,
I say quite a lot, but that's where I first heard the word. And I think and maybe in like even the Bible, do they talk about the wrath of
it's
God?
like proper dramatic, like wrath of gods and
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
And I think I don't for me it makes me think of like foaming at the mouth and like rough. It's quite a rough, like I said earlier, like dog barking kind of sound, isn't it? It's a bit rough and raw. So I think the wrath actually kind of helps with the long kind of like,
Project.
yeah, like a kind of godlike overlooming energy, but at the same time wrath. I don't know, it's a bit more growly, and I think they both work. But interesting that he's, like you say, a South Londoner or whatever, and that he would say it even with
I
the
just find it strange that like in different dialects you sort of
yeah.
stick with one version and say everything else is wrong, and perhaps it isn't.
I know, that's it. And what I do encourage, so and this might be useful for everyone to just think of, because I don't know if you noticed when I was speaking to Violet, then I was like, what one feels better for you? Like, what do you like
Yeah.
when I'm coaching Shakespeare and things, and especially poetry, I will say, like, if it feels better for you, and if saying it a different way does sound really off, I would encourage you to say it the way that feels right for you, because it's your version of the poem. You're the one reading it in your accent and dialect. So do it that way. As long as you follow through with that wholeheartedly, I'd say it's fine. And yeah, I have heard it other ways, and I would be tempted to say wrath, but yeah, interesting. So I look forward to hearing what you decide, Anna.
Oh gosh, I don't know, whatever comes
Obviously
out.
you're
I'm
wrath.
emotional,
Yeah.
as we know.
Have fun. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the foul clutch of circumstance, I have not winced, nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Are you going to make me read again? Right?
Do you want to read it again?
I don't know. Let's just see what you
Let's
say.
see how we go first of all. You did really well. It was great. Well done. And I do think you were slowing down more, so I was really actually kind of pacing along with you more.
Yeah, I was trying.
Yeah, good. I could. It didn't
I don't
feel
know.
like you were running by me. Go
I
on.
feel like I reached the age of, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but like considerable, that I kind of connect with poetry more, surprisingly.
Okay. Why do you think that's surprising?
I don't know. I used to not like it at school so much.
Poetry or
and
this poem?
Poetry in general.
Right, okay.
Because, they drill it into you and they just say, oh, you should treat it this
you should
way.
love this. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is how it is, and this is what the poet wanted to say. I want to decide what the poet wanted to say to me,
Yeah.
and it was kind of never allowed.
Mm,
And that's why, but now as a grown up, you can. And I sort of discover that you connect more with some poems rather than others. And like, I really like this one.
definitely. And that's it. Depending on your life experience, it's going to connect you to some things more than others. And as you say, as you get older, you know, your life experience does change. So you probably will connect and you do learn more about who you are as an
Yeah,
individual. And so you can determine how you feel about a poem more articulately than you can when you're a 13-year-old kid and some teacher's telling you, like,
definitely.
you should love this. It's really important for you to understand that this is what it meant. But actually, yeah, no, it's good. I'm really glad. I'm glad you're having that experience now and you're
Yeah,
finding
so
your feet.
I am surprising myself with that. I sort of didn't expect it. And it's like a bonus, cherry on
Yeah.
top.
Amazing. Oh, good. I'm really happy for you. Good. That's it. Just keep letting the wonder and the surprise and the curiosity arise. There's no right or wrong with poetry. Like, yeah, it's written a certain way, but like I say, it's your
Yeah,
interpretation, and we need
having
you to
said
bring
that,
your
yeah,
interpretation
I get
to it.
carried away with interpretation rather than the pronunciation, which I think is a downside.
No, it's not. It's not. It's good. It's like what I've said all through all of our Lilo sessions, like even when before we were doing the poem, like it's really important for you to decide like what your voice does sound like. Like if you're quite a timid, shy person, you're not probably going to have a very big projecting British accent that's, you know, Cockney, East London, really confident or anything like that. You're not going to sound like that, are you? You might sound a little bit more restrained and clipped and reserved. You might speak slightly differently. And it's fine. It's about finding what's right for you. Yeah. So good. This is all wonderful. Well done. Well blooming done. Are there any bits you want to ask about first of all, or any articulation or pronunciation
Um,
bits you're a bit like?
I found it interesting that you say circumstance instead of circumstance.
Yeah.
Circumstance, but I think that's what, as you said, is just whatever sounds authentic. I quite like the sound of circumstance,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of cautious because when you go nasal, you kind of go French, and then it kind of comes out of, I don't
It
know, of
can do.
rhythm.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you to be a little bit more specific. When you actually said the two different ones, then you were saying, so you said circumstance, grand, but then you said
Yes, that I
circumstance.
yeah, I sort of would normally thinking that in real life I'd say circumstance with like more of an air, but then you said circumstance, and I think in in this circumstance, in this occasion, I should use that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's up to you. And different situations, you might say under the circumstance, I disagree with you. Sounds a little bit more ratty, doesn't it? Well, the circumstance calls for this. Do you see how like using different kind of
Yeah,
pronunciation actually in different situations could help you communicate more effectively? So I think it is again up to you. Because it's a poem, and like I said, that word stance, circumstance, this poet is literally talking about the fell clutch and not wincing and crying and your head remains unbowed. I actually think stance makes me feel like I've got more of power in me when I say it. So that's what I would encourage. But again, it's up to you. Just be careful because when you did say it before, you said circumstance, and I've not asked for circumstance at any point. And I don't know if you're aware of
yeah,
that's what you were saying. Yeah. So
yeah.
I was just picking you up on that. It's never, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say circumstance. Yeah. Is that what you were meaning to say, and saying that you would say it like that?
Probably I just clipped it a bit too much on that.
Okay, fine. But yeah, again, you might want to marry the two a little bit, like we were trying to do with Violet a little bit. And how you said it
Yeah,
just was lovely. So just say circumstance for me again, how you want to say it.
circumstance.
Brilliant, stance. So yeah, it's kind
All
of
right,
like,
we'll stick to this one. This
yeah,
sounded like felt good.
great. Then that's what we're going for. Well done. Lovely. Any other words that you want to quickly ask about before I give you my bits?
I think I'm good. I
Okay.
probably will come up with more questions as we go along,
Okay,
if it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, perfect. That's what we're here for. So covers, out of the night that covers me. Could you just say the first line for me, please?
Out of the night that covers me.
Yeah, better. I think before it almost sounded like cut. It was a really subtle difference, but it was stronger and better how you just did it.
Because I
Covers.
thought about it.
Say that again.
Because I thought about it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Covers. Cover, because it is a sound, but it sounded there was something else going on before. How you
It
did
was
it.
with the K that like you need to do the aspirational K.
Covers. I
Covers.
don't know. Say it again for me. The whole line.
Cover. Out of the night that covers me.
Covers me. Yeah, maybe let's forget about the word covers now. Just say the line nice and casual. Don't worry about the articulation.
Out of the night that covers me.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there's a bit too much covers coming through there. Covers.
Covers.
Yeah, better.
Covers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on with the vowel sound and not the the release of the as
Mhm.
much. Out of the night that covers me. And actually, when you cover something, you do tend to come on top of it, don't you? So maybe
Mhm.
think rather than covers, can we think covers? Or not covers, but covers over, like a round
Yeah.
overlapping kind of vibe.
Covers.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that helps give a little bit more richness in the sound as well. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah, with
Covers,
it
yeah.
because I do. I don't know if you can see. I do the hand movement as well, like you do.
Helps and do that as long as you need to. And again with poetry, guys, this is actually an exercise that's really useful. I give it to my acting students all the time, but like if you can like contemporary dance your way through the poem, you'll find that you get it in your body a different way, and you find the movements that work well for you when you're like learning the language and playing around with it. And it's just a nice chance to, like I say, play around with the language. So it might be worth doing if you've got like a quiet time to yourself in your room and you want to have a little play around. Like, don't be afraid to like physicalize anything that comes up when you read the poem and say it out loud. It's just a really good exercise to get it more in your body and in your mind, and yeah, play around with those sounds and shapes that it gives you. So anyway, side note, get excited by that. Lovely work, Anna, lovely. Fell in the fell clutch of circumstance. Can you say that again, please?
In the foul clutch of circumstance.
Yeah, but we've got fell.
Fell. With an E. Fell.
Fell. Yeah.
Fell. Okay.
In context of the sentence, please say the whole line again.
In the foul clutch of circumstance.
Yeah, good. It's still a bit fally. Foul.
Fell.
Fell.
In the
Fell.
fell clutch.
Say well.
Well.
Good. Bell.
Bell.
Stell.
Tell.
Don't know what word that is.
Is it the word?
Made up.
Stella.
Okay. Nell.
Nell.
Okay. Fell.
Fell.
Fell. Can you think almost like as you say fell, there's like a smile happening as you say it. Fell.
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 Better that time. Might be similar to your K's actually. Can you just make sure fell, you're coming straight in with the L sound, the shape, the vowel sound, rather than putting too much air between the fe.
Okay. Fell.
Again?
Fell. Fell.
Fell. Fell.
Fell.
Fell.
Fell.
Can you also think, good, you're doing really well. Can you also think forward and up when you say it? Fell.
Fell.
Yeah, good. Fell.
Fell.
Better. Okay. I want you to work on your L's, the sound and the sound. Make sure they're really crisp and clear. I don't know if I gave you that a couple of weeks ago, maybe actually. Might be thinking of someone else. But just repeat that for me.
Eh.
And now let's say ah. Good. Let's go back to eh. Better. Yeah. Well done. I'd say that was stronger than the first on repetition that we just did. Was it quite hard to concentrate and do that?
No, I had a French lesson yesterday, so I'm confusing the S a little bit.
No, French as well. You're a maniac.
A bit, yeah. They say I have very strong English accent when I speak French. I said fine. So I found the teacher who likes it. So that's it. No more criticism.
How brilliant. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. All the languages.
Yeah,
But really, really good.
That's it, no more surprises.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just say fell. I'd say just try and get onto the vowel sound again. We don't want too much aspiration between the voiceless fricative of the F and the vowel sound following it. And just be extra clear to make sure it is that sound we're making. Not ah. We're not doing that. Think more width for me. Let's just try one more time. Fell.
Fell.
Yeah, good. Well done. Lovely. Any questions?
No, I think I need to practice this one.
Okay, great. Yeah, keep practicing. Is fate in there? Oh, that's not the end, isn't it? No, okay, ignore that. Place. Where's place in this? Place. Is there a place in there? Have I written it? Beyond this place of wrath. Can you just say that line for me?
Beyond this place of wrath and tears.
Place. Be careful it doesn't become place.
That's, yeah, place.
Better. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yes, so it's like fell one way, place the other way.
Yeah, basically.
It makes sense in my head when I say it out loud. It does.
Yeah. That's all that matters, darling. No, I understand what you mean, but yes, they're different. Fell place. Say both of them together. Go fell place.
Fell place.
And place fell.
Place fell.
Yeah, good. Well done. Great. I've got two more for you. Are you ready?
Yeah. Shall.
Good. And shall find.
Shall find.
And shall find.
And shall find.
Yeah, good. I think you're fine with it. It came out again a bit more shelly, I would say.
Yeah. It
I
could
think it's
be.
yeah. And then not. Were we talking about not at the weekend? Was it you? Can't remember.
We spoke to James about it a bit.
Oh, did you? Okay, great. We just
the little stops and clipping is like I don't like it.
okay.
I know
okay,
I need
fine.
to learn it.
Okay, good. Just say for me, it matters not.
It matters not.
Not. Yeah, good. Not. We're keeping it quite flat in here. Not. Can you see all the shape that's in my mouth to make the oh.
Not.
Yeah, better.
Not.
It just needs a little bit more up and over and on voice and shape in the mouth, I think, like space in the mouth. Oh, in fact, can you just do that for me? Let's open and release that jaw a little bit. Oh. Not. Yeah, good. Better. Your instinct is to keep it quite tight. I want to have that shit. Can we just play around, making it over dramatic and over egging it? Not. Good. Well done. Not. Good. Hold that O for me. Not. There we go. See, your instinct is to pull back on that shape and that sound and that space. So work on that. Keep stretching it for me. Get used to making that big sound or shape, sorry, should I say. Like you've eaten a really hot bit of potato and it's like that hot food and you want to breathe in a little bit. I want that kind of shape and space when you say not. Say it one more time for me, remembering all of that.
Not.
Yeah, good. Well done. Better. So it's not. Better. Not. Yeah, more confident. Well done. Much better. Any questions on any of that?
No questions so far, but lots to think about.
Okay, fabulous. Well done. You're very welcome. That was all I had for you. So well done. Moving on. Lisa, my girl.
Yeah, hi.
Hey girl, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Nice to see you again. Would you like to read the poem for me, please?
Yeah. I'll try my best. Sorry.
Excellent. Give it a go.
Yeah. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced, not cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Excellent. Well done.
Thank
and
you.
Really good pacing as well. You do before I know I've given you that note to like, whoa, slow down a little bit as well. And you were just yeah, again, there was no like kind of like, I didn't feel like you were galloping by me. It was really nice. Nice.
Yeah, I remember you've told me before to slow down when I read it. Yeah.
Slow down. Yeah, no, that was lovely. Well done. Fantastic. First of all, have you got any questions or thoughts about any bits in particular that you're like, or loving, hating or loving?
I think like Violet and Anna covered like the bludgeonings of it all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Say it
total
again for me. Say bludgeonings again.
bludgeonings.
Yeah, really, really good. I would say just similar to what the note I gave Violet on the ings sound.
Yeah,
Again, we're a little bit lazier with it, but it is a poem, so I would encourage you to be stronger with these things. But I think you can afford to pull off of it a little bit rather than it being quite ings and that NG shape being quite far back here and us really enjoying that. I'd just say get away from it as quickly as possible and maybe bring it straight to the Z sound. Bludgeonings. Bludgeonings. Can you hear how I'm kind of,
bludgeonings.
yeah, bludgeonings. One more time.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good, good. And actually for you, I will just encourage you as well on that final sound. If we could make it a little bit more z rather than s. So we want the voiced version rather than the voiceless version. And then I would actually encourage you to shorten it a little bit. Does all of this make sense?
You mean into words like so?
Yeah, well, at the end of bludgeonings. So I'll just give you an
Ah,
example.
bludgeon. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
but
Because when you said the end, I thought not there.
aha, right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a general note for some of the words like gods, for example,
Okay.
covers me. I think you've just got a habit and a tendency to elongate that a little bit. So rather than, I'll use bludgeonings as an example, but rather it being under the bludgeonings of chance, I'd like to hear under the bludgeonings of chance. I'd like us to cut it and make it a little bit more z than.
Ah, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Can you just try that for me?
Bludgeonings.
Good, good, good. Try and better on the Z. It was very slight, but that's more of what I wanted. Because it is an S, but we do add the Z in there a little bit as well. Can you then try and clip so we're not having too much of a we're not dragging it out too long once we've done it. Bludgeonings. Pull it back.
Bludgeonings.
Better. Yeah, you cut it shorter. Does that make sense what I'm asking and what you did then?
Yeah. I see. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Excellent. You're welcome. Good. And yeah, can we just say, going back to the first line, out of the night?
Yeah, this one's a bit difficult for me because I feel like both out and night I pronounced slightly wrong. Yeah, I think out of the night
Better, much more precise.
covers me.
Yeah, well done. Say the whole line for me.
Out of the night that covers me.
Yeah, way stronger that time. Before, again, I think we were just letting the kind of the T sounds in out of the night and the covers the sound there. I think we were kind of out of the night that covers me, out of the night. We were kind of slurring it a bit. And I think it was just being more mindful with it. When I asked for it then, that was lovely. Exactly what you did. So I think it's just about, again, switching up that concentration and effort levels just that little bit more when you come to it, because that was lovely what you just did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thanks.
You're very welcome. There was another one here that I just wanted to talk about. Towards the end, how charged with punishments the scroll. Can you just say that for me?
Yeah. How charged with punishments the scroll.
Yeah, well done. I would say there's a lot of airflow coming through on how charged we're putting more air through, when actually I think we need to match airflow with effort and muscularity of the consonants. I think they need to be more level rather than airflow, and we're not really trying with the consonants. So how is quite a breathy word, but again, like I've kind of said to Anna and Violet a bit before as well, or Anna, sorry, when we once we've made the H sound, can we just get on with the vowel and get that voice in there straight away, so it becomes how, ow. We come straight to that ow shape a little bit quicker rather than dwelling on how and making the whole thing breathy. Does that make sense?
So we've chatted with James before, and I think Violet, and maybe you remember, we asked him what kind of words gave out our Russian accents, and he was like the words like hello, because you over pronounce it h a lot, and I
Yeah,
feel like maybe that's what happened with how as
yeah,
well. 'Cause it's like
yeah,
you want
potentially.
to say oh
Absolutely.
h,
Yeah,
but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
that makes more sense. Absolutely. So good. Bear that in mind. And so let's think, okay, well, how can we combat that? How can we just get on with the vowel sound a little bit quicker? How? How?
How,
Again?
how,
How now?
how. But yeah, I see what you mean. How?
Yeah, good. Well done. And I'd even how. How. Can we see how little of an H sound we can make?
To be like, how, how.
Good. That little, I would say. How? Yeah, that was
How.
really nice. How? Just get on with the ow sound. Again, in
Yeah.
poetry, and I talk about it with Shakespeare a lot, there's lots of O's and R's and ows and E's. Like the more we can enjoy those, I don't know, I think it lends itself well to our British accent. Well, I feel good, like we use those sorts of vowel sounds a little bit more. And we can use the aspirate kind of nicely as well if we need to, but in this context, how charged the next word is also really, really important. So that's what I want to kind of give you some notes on now. Charged. Can we make sure
Yeah.
again that airflow and consonant level, they're like equal effort and it's not just all airy? So let's just say charged with a good bit of gusto.
Charged.
Yeah, lovely. Charged. And make sure we get that nice D at the end.
Yeah.
Charged.
Charged.
Yeah, even stronger on that D, girlfriend. Really give me the D at the end.
Charged.
Charged.
The charged.
Yeah, better, better, better. And now let's say how charged. Stress being
How,
on charged, yeah?
how charged.
Yeah, good. One more time.
How charged.
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done. Yeah, no more comments on that, but I just
Yeah,
think really
thank
make
you.
sure when you see like two words with that, and again, like I've said, this poem is very physical, I think. I would say, and there's lots of movement and motion in there, and like I say, defiance. So I think if we're going to talk about something being charged with punishments, there's some real
Yeah.
meat to play around with in those words. So don't be afraid to, again, not to be afraid, but I encourage you to play and use them more, like little weapons that you can use to defy who is trying to capture you and your soul in this poem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but lovely. Have you got any final questions or anything, Lisa?
Yeah, I don't think so. Thank you very much for the
You're
feedback.
welcome. Well done. Really lovely work. Really good to hear your voice again, Lisa. Well done. Maria, you're up next. Let's have a go.
Okay. Mm. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters it matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Woo, well done. Lovely. How was that for you?
It was quite difficult to read, to pronounce, but so for almost 1 hour I was practicing after girls, so now it was a little bit easier.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Yes. Always a benefit of going a little bit later, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit more practice in. But that was lovely. Fantastic work. Are there any bits or words in this one that you are a bit with? First of all? Yeah.
For example, bludgeonings, and Something else. So maybe Ross.
Yeah.
So, and while I was reading, I was thinking, how should I pronounce right now? Like Ross or Russ, Ross or Russ. And so I decided to make it just how it was easier for me.
Yeah.
So,
Which one was easier for you?
so I think Ross.
Roth. Okay, good. Even when you're saying it now, just be careful it doesn't become too Ross with an S. It is a TH, okay? So Roth.
Roth.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. Just make sure that tongue comes here where it should. And that you do give the airflow enough oomph to actually make that connection. So just say for me, this place of wrath.
This place of wrath.
Good. And now let's just for fun, this place of wrath.
This place of wrath.
Yeah, good. Well done. One more time.
This place of wrath.
Yeah, good. So it's interesting actually, because just me saying it then, this is a note for everyone or something to pay attention to. Wrath. It's easier to say wrath. Wrath requires the lips to kind of bounce out and come back again. So wrath is actually quite forward and like actually just spat on my laptop. How disgusting. So but again, I think that lends itself to the what we're trying to do. Wrath. Come at someone like, you know, if we're feeling like that. So again, I just noticed that with myself. Maybe I will say wrath from now on. But practice both. But does that feel okay to say now either way, even though the wrath was a little bit harder, but I think it is for me as well upon reflection. So just pick, up to you. I don't mind. Lilo and James might be like, no, she's teaching them to say what they want, she shouldn't, but I'm giving you permission as an actress, as an artist, to make it your own, darling. Good. And then coming back to bludgeonings, you said it really well in context when you read it. Just say it again now. Bludgeonings.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, good. One more time.
Bludgeonings.
Yeah, good. Bludgeonings. Same note I've given the others, which you've heard. On that try not to linger there too long. If anything, think bludgeonings. Bludgeonings.
Bludgeonings. So this is the most difficult part, and it's quite difficult.
Yeah.
Bludgeonings.
Good. You're almost adding a K in there. Bludgeonings. You're kind of going.
Right.
You hear me do that? A bit of an intrusive glottal, I will call that. It's kind of like a K g g g sound that also that you're making a G or a K. Bludgeonings. It's an NG sound, so it's more of a rather than a g in there. So let's just say whinings, like you're whining about something. They're whining.
Whining.
Now,
Yeah,
now let's add the S on the end. Whinings.
Whinings. Nz, like whinings.
Yeah, like
Whinings.
a Z sound. It's spelled with an S, but yeah.
Mhm.
Whinings. Say that again.
Whinings.
Yeah, better that time. I think it's just where you're having to make the S or the Z connection after the NG sound. As you're coming forward, you're releasing the NG sound by glottling it, and we don't need to. If anything, it's a can you hear there's no kind of glottal clip or clap anywhere? I'm not going I'm not adding that in, but you're doing it a little bit sometimes, okay? And what's not helpful about bludgeonings as a word is that there is an extra kind of G in there, and I think it also bludgeoning, I don't know, I feel like it's encouraging you maybe to do that a little bit. So let's just say it again. Again, let's maybe think bludgeonings coming forward and try your best not to let that glottal clap happen for me to make the g or the k that we don't want, okay? Try again.
Bludgeonings. Bludgeonings.
You did it. I didn't hear it. Did you feel it? Did you do one?
Yeah, okay, so now it was better.
Yeah, better. Yeah, I didn't hear you do it that time. Both those times you kind of stopped yourself and corrected yourself, but actually I think you did it right the first time as well. So again, just a little note for you, my love, just 'cause I haven't seen you all that much of late. When you're practicing, do a version and then really pay attention to how that first version is before you just run off, think you've done it wrong and rush off to the next one. Really pay attention to each time you do it to be more precise, yeah? Because you're going to make more mistakes and confuse yourself quicker and get more pissed off if you're like bludgeoning, no, but actually if you just
Okay.
yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Just have we got someone else on the who haven't I done yet? We've got Anastasia's there as well. Okay, good. Chance. Can you just say chance?
Chance.
Again?
Chance.
Chance. Good. Be careful it doesn't become chance. 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 Chance.
Chance.
Again?
Chance.
Yeah, better. Chance. You were giving it more resonance and a little bit more space in your mouth. Yeah. Any questions on that?
No.
Do you even say chance in this poem? Where have I got that from? Yes, the bludgeonings of chance right there. Okay, great. So funny, isn't it? Unconquerable as well. So unconquerable, you did it really nicely. However, you were too precise, I would say. So rather than unconquerable, can I have unconquerable? Unconquerable.
Yeah. Unconquerable.
Good. Well done. Again, it's spelled unconquerable. Unconquerable. I'd say we squish it a little bit more, even though it's a poem again, and you might want to say it. It does sound foreign in my ears when someone actually says it all in its entirety, how it should be said. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Squish it. Lovely. Unbowed.
Unbowed.
Yeah, bowed. Unbowed.
Unbowed.
Yeah, good. Unbowed. Can we try and make the T a little bit more dentalized for me? Unbowed.
Yes, I can. So this is very difficult. Okay, but I can. Unbowed.
Yeah, better. Just be careful the D's don't become T's too often. It does happen in normal conversation, but again in this one, my head, we've got a lovely D there, is bloody, another D there from the writer, but unbowed. There's a third D there. And I think if you don't articulate it, we lose it and it doesn't give me the weight that this person's head is full of blood, covered in blood, but it remains tall. It is not stooping or steeping to whoever is bludgeoning them to death. So good. Make sure you hit the D. Horror. Say for me, but the horror.
But the horror.
The horror. Let's get a schwa in there. But the horror.
But the horror.
Good. Again.
But the horror. There, okay. But the horror.
Yeah, good. One more time.
But the horror.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Well done. I could see you getting more of that. The horror coming on there. Good. Just say horror.
Horror.
Okay, good. Fine. When you said it first time, it sounded a bit like how have I written it? Horror. So it might just be because of the of that follows horror. In fact, let's just say that. But the horror of. Say that for me.
But the horror of.
Yeah, okay, good. The horror of. I think it just might actually have been that, to be honest. But yeah, just something to be aware of. Not preempting the next word too much before you finish the first word. That's a general note for everybody. Good. Finds and shall find. Say that for me. Finds and shall finds. Find.
Find. And shall find.
Good. And what about finds?
Finds.
Yeah, good. Okay. It was better that time. Just make sure you keep the resonance there on finds. Before, I think it was just, we were again falling short of the sounds. It kind of became finds and shall finds. Finds, get the N and the D and the Z there, and shall find this thing. I think just really make sure you're going full out with the consonants and not shying away from them. Again, because this is a poem, the minute we don't articulate too clearly, it can sound like you're saying all these random words because it's poetry and or Shakespeare, and coming back to Shakespeare, people think, I don't get it, I don't get what you're saying. But actually, if you use the consonants strong enough, we understand it because they help us understand it. Make sense? Yeah, just say finds and shall find me unafraid.
Find, shall find me unafraid.
Yeah, good. And really use, don't be afraid to, again, unafraid. There's a lovely N, there's a lovely F, and there's a lovely D in there. So give me the N, the F, and the D strong. Unafraid. Defy me with those consonants.
Unafraid.
Yeah, better, much better. Use them, darling. I think for you, have more fun playing around with the consonants. Okay. Try level 10, try level 1, and see which one makes you feel good, or like feel like it helps you with the poem a bit. Yeah. And then use that level. Okay. Really, really good. Any final questions, Maria?
No, thank you very much.
Well done. We're going to overrun a little bit for Anastasia. So if anyone needs to run, that's fine. But Anastasia, are you okay to read the poem for me, please?
Yeah. I'm
Great.
sorry for being late.
No, it's fine. Don't be silly. Give it a go for me.
Okay. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of and yet the menace of the years finds it shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment's scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Lovely. Well done, my love. Fantastic. First thing I'm going to say for you on punishments, I'm going to work a little bit backwards with you. Be careful the P doesn't become a voiced B sound. He's given us lots of Bs in the lead up to this, but for their punishment, can we make sure it's a nice clear? So just say punishment.
Punishment.
Yeah, again.
Punishment. Punishment.
Yeah, better. Again, it's fine. It's not really been a thing I've ever heard you have issue with before. But again, he's given us bludgeonings, bloody, unbowed, beyond, and then all of a sudden he's like, punishment. So just make sure you get that down for me. Lovely. The ol sound, so pole to pole and soul. We're becoming pole, pole, soul. I think pole is a bit more true to you, maybe, rather than pole. I think you're doing it quite heightened Queenie English. Can we just try pole?
Pole.
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 Rather than up and down pole, can we try a flatter pole? Pole.
Pole.
Better.
Pole.
Pole. Good. Now let's shorten it because it isn't it's a one syllable word. Let's just try and think now, clipping it. Pole.
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 And soul.
Soul.
Good. Careful on that one. It's not too soul. 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 Soul.
Soul. Soul.
Close. Get in there. Soul. Oh. Can you visualize for me? Bear with me. And this might be useful for everyone. Rather than soul and it coming up here, oh, can we try it's more here, hitting the hard palate and a smaller curve. So it's not soul, it's soul, soul, a smaller movement in the mouth, if that makes sense. Try that.
Soul. Soul.
Yeah. Okay, good. Better. Just be careful it doesn't become too Oli. Doesn't need to be like that, and it does sound a little bit forced in my eardrums, especially like having worked with you a little bit and knowing how you sound. I actually don't think that's kind of your vibe. So does that make sense? Try and think maybe a little bit smaller in there, a smaller curve over, but that was much better. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, excellent. And there was one more thing. Oh, what was it? Where is it? La 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 la. Oh yeah, we got stuck a little bit, didn't we? On where was it? And yet the menace of the years. What
Yeah.
was that?
No, I wanted to say something other than years. I don't know why.
Hey, say what you want. No, you need to say what the poem says. No, I'm kidding. I'd love to know what was coming up for you there, though, and what you wanted to say instead, if you can remember. But just say that line for me now. Let's just try it again. And yet
Mhm.
the menace of the years.
And yet the menace of the years.
Yeah, good. Lovely. Well done. And let's just go back as well to beyond this place of wrath and tears.
Beyond this, I'm just somehow I became quite bad at this th sound.
Okay.
Beyond this place of wrath and tears.
Good. Well done. Tears, not tears.
Like years, right? Tears.
Exactly. Yeah, so again, really good question. Years, we'd never say years, but tears is a word, and I believe it is spelt that way. If I tear a piece of paper, it's the same as tears, pretty much. So yeah, but because we know years is always years, and it's a poem and it's rhyming, we can kind of go back and like use what kind of just jump back and kind of go, oh, it must rhyme with years then. Again, it doesn't always have to, but we can play around with that as the artist reading the poem. But lovely. Your THs were fine then. Maybe just in context of reading it out loud in the whole thing, you felt like you were losing it. But to be honest, the THs wasn't really anything I picked up on when you were reading it. Okay. So get that out of your brain. That's not an issue you have. It just was a bit, it happened a couple times, but it didn't happen then. So it's fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any final questions or anything, Anastasia?
No, I think no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really good. You're welcome. Really, really good. Yeah, no other notes for you on that one. Guys, well done. Woo! Well done for joining me on a Wednesday as well. I know it's busy for all of you work-wise. But you all did amazingly well. It's so nice to see you on a Wednesday. And yeah, if you've got any other questions in the meantime, let me know. My show is open now, so I have got a little bit more time. In terms of like feedback and stuff, though, I still think Lilo is the one that's kind of doing all of that for maybe this group and everything. But if you do have any quick questions, like I am quite happy to just answer those in the group. If you do have anything that you want to quickly query or just ask, just do it in the Telegram for me. But you guys are amazing and well done. I really enjoyed that one tonight. Fantastic. And I'll see you very soon. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.